This podcast is part of the Frederick Podcast Network. Learn more at listenfrederick.com.
Beers in the Lot is partnered with the Hockey Podcast Network.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Beers in the Lot. Before we get going, let me just remind you about our shop at beersinthelot.com/shop. That's where you can get t-shirts and other merchandise with Beers in the Lot logos on it. Also, check out beersinthelot.com for anything else you might be curious about this podcast. And be sure to join the Discord at beersinthelot.com/Discord.
Taking over for Aaron here, as you'll soon find out, his voice succumbed to all the fun we had this weekend. Speaking of that, episode 182 was recorded live in our Airbnb cabin in the Lake Wallenpaupack area for the Wally Ice Fest weekend. We were joined by field reporter Ross and Team Beers in the Lot member Brando McGee as we gallivanted around the Lake Wallenpaupack region, visiting breweries and other establishments. We talked about all of that and also our thoughts on how to fix some of the NHL All Star festivities, which led to some talk about NHL international play, which led to NHL expansion, which then led to college expansion. Now, join us in the cabin as we crack the beers.
Hey, Aaron, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, tonight here in the cabin at Lake Wallenpaupack, I have a blue light. How about you, Ross? What you got?
It's not a Stella Ortiz.
It is not a Stella Ortiz tonight.
I have a Fatheads Brewery Headhunter.
Oh,
Excellent, excellent.
Award winning. Thank you, Daniel.
Since we are in the Wally area for Wally Ice Fest, I have a Wallenpaupack Brewing Company Big DIPA, Big Dippa.
Lots of ice this weekend.
Yeah.
You know what, Riggs?
I think
I have the same thing.
yeah.
Brother,
Yeah.
you are same.
It's delicious.
Yes, we are same.
Well, you know what, Daniel Riggs?
What do you have?
I think I also have the Big Dipper.
Oh, my.
By the way, these are 19.2s.
Stovepipes.
19.2s.
They're called stovepipes.
Yeah.
More like stovepipes. I'm drinking a blue light this evening. Gentlemen,
Cheers.
howdy. How we doing?
Oh, we doing?
We're having a time.
We are having a time.
We are having a time.
Times are had by all.
So before we start, did we skate this weekend?
No.
We did not.
Not yet. Not yet.
We will be skating in
tomorrow,
our Sunday night league, but
Most of
I
us will
ain't.
be. Most of us will be.
Oh, yes.
I ain't.
yes.
Well, we'll get back to that.
Yeah, we could-
The lake
I'll
was
digress.
not as frozen as we would have wanted.
Did it freeze?
I think at one point it did.
We
In the last 3 years.
Not this week, though.
I'm not sure. I have no proof that it ever froze,
we drove by the big lake,
which had some frozen aspect to it.
but it was also open water.
yes.
So are you saying Oliver Stone's going to do a movie about this in a few years?
I think
Back
what-
and to the left.
I think what he's
Yeah.
what he's saying is we should have a fishing tournament instead of a pond tournament.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways, we didn't play hockey.
Yeah.
No.
I digress.
Times were had, but not
We
hockey
did not
times.
skate around on a pond with sticks in our hands.
We did
No.
not do this.
No.
We did not skate on anything.
No. No. However,
In the same cabin as last year.
yes.
Yes.
And to start our trip, we had a little controversy. Eric, spin me up on this challenge
Wait, what?
with the cabin. Isn't there an issue?
Oh, there are issues.
There's some
Transgressions,
issues.
would you say?
Some inadequacies.
Inadequacies.
Yes.
Inadequacies.
Yes. There's
You're
six.
a man of words.
There are 6 of us, and
I think it's also worth mentioning that since there are 6 of us, who is here that is not normally with the podcast weekly.
Yes.
So we probably should mention that field reporter Ross is here,
Yes.
and also teammate of the Wally Ice Fest 2024 team.
Job TBA.
Job TBA.
Job
Brando.
TBA,
We'll get to that.
Brando.
We'll
We'll
get to that
Yes.
later.
We'll get to
But
that.
Brando's here as well.
We will interview him a
Yes.
little bit.
Also, please
Yeah.
excuse my voice. I've been yelling a lot.
He's been so angry.
So angry.
So angry at the card
Whole
table.
So
weekend.
angry. First there was
But-
no ice, then the cabin had an aquaseas.
But there,
It's gone on and on.
we have established that there are 6 of us.
Indeed.
However, comma,
Hmm.
there were only 5 clean towels
Uh-oh.
in the cabin.
Mhm.
How many clean beds?
Closer to 4.
I think
Yeah,
it's closer to
I
3.
Are
think
we sure
maybe
any of
closer to
them?
3.
Are we sure
Yeah.
any of them were clean?
No.
Because I always make my bed before I leave a hotel or anything like that
Why?
What?
to help them out,
But they're
so
gonna
they can leave it like this.
they're gonna take the sheets off and put new ones on when you leave.
Right.
Mhm.
They're gonna take the sheets off and put new ones on when
You
you
would
leave.
hope so.
Right.
Well, yeah, because you're checking out.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
They're going to, right?
Do you know for sure that any of these were cleaned?
No.
I don't think there's
We can neither
6
confirm
individuals
nor
here
deny.
before, or 5 individuals. I think
We'll
there was
never
2
know.
individuals who had some sharing of a quarter.
Oh.
That's nice.
It gets cold up
I'm
here
no
in these
detective.
mountains.
It does get cold.
Maybe they couldn't figure out the heating situation.
Like us last year.
Poor Johnny.
Anyways, there's no ice. There's not enough towels.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah.
I've never had a worse weekend. This is ridiculous.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay. All right. What I was going to say was we're making the most of it.
We absolutely are.
Somewhere.
Times are still being had.
I think 3 of us were up until 3 a.m. last night,
Yes.
Huh?
bullshitting and
Carrying
A
on.
lot of
Yes.
hypothetical
As-
questions being
there
thrown
was a
out.
lot
as
of
one will do.
A lot of debates
there
going
were
on.
Wild.
There was a lot of solutions to the world's problems.
Solutions.
We had a G3 conference here
Yeah.
in the living room.
G3, yeah, G3. Yeah.
the Pocono Summit.
No, but it's fun. So we had no ice today. We didn't end up going to the Ice Fest because they still had a lot of the local festivities going on with live music and Labatt Blues specials and whatnot. But we kind of just went out and stimulated the local economy.
That's correct.
So
Mhm.
Well, first we had a really spectacular breakfast here.
quite a
Oh, yes,
spread.
we
I think
did.
some would call it a brunch by the time it was prepared.
It was probably it was probably a brunch.
I
It was
know.
probably a
I know
brunch.
one individual was steaming that it wasn't ready at 7 a.m.
Yes, yes.
I was promised a continental breakfast.
Where's my orange juice?
International creamers.
You had coconut cream.
Had to settle for
I did not.
Nestle.
You could have had coconut cream.
It's not international.
He
Well,
wanted
sure it
the
is. It's
delight
close
of
enough. It's from
international
Hawaii.
variety.
It's close enough.
Where else do you get coconuts?
Florida.
Time out. Do you really think there's coconut in those coconut creamers? I
I
bet the first
No.
line on there is natural flavors. I
Yeah.
know what
Yeah,
that
yeah.
means.
That
Yeah.
means
Those
coconuts.
coconuts came from the island that Mr. Tom Hanks lived on with Mr. Wilson.
It's possible.
Okay, you mentioned island. I thought you were going to go somewhere completely different, but thank you for saving that. But yeah, anyway, so
We're already going off the rails.
Fielder Porter
Oh,
Ross
yeah, way off.
made sausage gravy.
Yes,
We had some biscuits. We
spectacular.
had bacon,
Yep.
eggs, coffee.
Riggs had a
Great.
bloody.
Riggs
Riggs
had a-
stood there for an
Well,
hour.
you had like V8 and vodka because there was no ice in it, right?
No, it was George's Bloody Mary mix.
All right.
The ice would not freeze in the goddamn freezer
Should
for
have left it
whatever
outside
reason.
last night.
And
We
I
should have
don't-
left it outside.
Multiple
another-
times people said you should have left it outside.
No, there's no ice outside either. That's why we're not fucking skating, by the way.
Okay. Hey, Riggs stood there for an hour frying the bacon.
I made 2.5
Oh, yeah.
pounds of bacon.
Yeah.
And we ate 2.5 pounds.
and eggs.
Yeah, it was all gone.
yeah.
And
Yeah, everything's
eggs
gone.
and biscuits.
I made
and
18
then
eggs and
Ross
2.5
made the
pounds of
sausage
bacon.
gravy.
Made
It was
for a
spectacular.
small army, and we shared it among 6
And we all
A lot of,
we all
pro-
just
a lot of
talked-
protein for that skate today.
Lots of protein.
we all just sat around and talked shit about everybody. It was great. It's a good time.
Then we went out. Aaron, where was our first stop again?
Well, we first stopped at the Wallenpaupack Brewery.
Excellent beer.
Had great beer.
Yes.
Great
cool
spot.
Great
Awesome.
atmosphere.
Sick
Cool.
vibes.
Excellent atmosphere. Yeah.
Excellent food.
Great food. Had some
Yes.
poutine.
How would you rate that
wings.
poutine?
Oh, I destroyed.
That was the best I've had.
It's-
I
Best
annihilated
protein
some
I've ever
poutine.
had.
It's pronounced poutine.
Poutin. Yes. I had some poutin.
I would say the wings there were phenomenal.
Oh,
Wings-
yes.
wings
Great.
were
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
That sauce. Chef's kiss.
That was a good spot.
Great spot. And what was the next stop? Anybody want to chime in? Daniel?
Down in the
I'll chime
boiler
in for
room.
different reasons, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Down in the boiler room.
Which is not a speakeasy because it has a sign.
They don't drink out of wooden bowls there, dude. You can't get
Speakeasies
splinters.
do not have signs.
Speakeasies don't have signs.
They have intricate passwords. I went to, is it Hopping Eagle?
Hopping Eagle. Yeah.
Sir.
We hopped out of there pretty quick.
Yeah, we had
So-
a beer.
We had a beer.
We had a beer.
I got some macaroons.
Some had two.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah, there was a nice,
Yeah, stimulated a local
nice
bakery.
lady,
Bakery stand.
nice lady
You
that
call
was
it
selling
drinking 4
baked
ounces of a beer, the second beer
It was
having
8.
2.
It was 8.
It was
okay.
not 8, sir.
That was 4 ounces.
It was 4 ounces.
It was a 5 ounce.
Okay.
You had
serving.
2 4-ounce
I paid for it.
second beers.
Okay.
It was a
Little
5 ouncer.
ponies, as they would
Okay.
call them.
Okay, Brando.
I just want the viewers to have an
Fact
accurate
checker
representation
Brando.
of the amount of intake of local craft beer we
It's
had.
fine.
All right. We don't need to interview Brando anymore.
Beer snob.
Brando,
beer
no.
guy.
No, we're gonna
Brando is the
interview him.
investigative reporter, clearly.
Yeah.
Yes, he knows what's going on. He's Brando Tracy over here. Jeez. You're on
You
the
did not
case.
shower for 5 minutes. You showered for 4 minutes and 58 seconds, sir.
I do like that investigative
Connor
reporter.
Brando
Yeah.
Tracy.
Well, let's not. All right.
We don't want to pigeonhole.
Yeah,
We don't
let's-
wanna
Pigeonhole him.
into one specific.
Let's see where
duty
the-
set.
Let's see where this goes.
What would you say your best attribute is?
Being a Renaissance man, Daniel.
Oh.
I am knowledgeable in many courses of the universe.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Whoa.
that is.
We're starting
quite-
off
That
strong
sounds
here.
like a really fancy title to
We're
bullshit.
starting off strong here.
Wow.
What's your
Where-
greatest opportunity for improvement?
Learning how to treat my friends, I guess, when they're being pussies.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, you know, I see myself as like a Leonardo or a Raphael and versed in many mediums.
Why not Donatello? You don't
Yeah,
like
what's
the
wrong
bow
with
staff?
Donatello?
You don't like the
bow
bow
staffs
staff?
are awesome, but
You
did
don't like long
Donatello
shafts?
create any inventions or paint any chapels?
Oh,
Well,
I thought we were.
chapels,
I thought we were
but-
talking about the turtles.
Yeah, I thought turtles.
Didn't he say
too.
Raphael? Isn't he the angry one?
Yeah, he's the one with the size.
He's got a
Yeah.
lot. He's got a lot of head issues.
I'd be angry too if I had to
yeah,
use
he's
size.
got some head issues.
It's got to be the most bullshit weapon of all those turtles use.
That's close to close combat.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Bow staff. I'd much rather.
Yeah, bow staff.
my
Bow
hand
man.
staff,
at
a lot of
distance.
Yeah,
distance.
distance.
Bow staff might have hit one of our teammates in the neck this week, right, John?
Speaking of that, our Wednesday night KHL skate. Yeah.
Jesus. That's not even a KHL skate, bro.
It's like the German league.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dell's pretty good. Dude.
Dell's not
Like,
bad.
don't.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's-
don't. We're not knocking the
maybe
Dell
it's
here.
yeah.
I won't stand for that.
Yeah. What else is a good interview question?
Well,
Um,
what are
Brando,
your salary requirements? And if you say
Is
anything
this-
more
is
than
this a
0,
headhunter
then get
show?
the fuck out.
By the way, whatever you say,
What,
we
he's
can't
getting
pay it.
paid?
Hey, shh. Not your turn yet. Not your turn.
excuse me, Brando.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us why you think we're the best podcast and why you think so.
Well, there is 4 gentlemen in this room that consistently provide good laughs and entertainment,
Aw.
which are joined by a 5th guy who might have a mullet or may not. Kind of looks like Davy Crockett right now.
Yeah.
He might like to skin some coons. I don't know, but he's also a great guy too. But you guys know a good mix of entertainment with hockey and great stories.
Somebody
like
cut
this
that and
guy.
put it on
Glowing
TikTok
review.
now.
Yes,
Yeah,
that needs
I
to be
like
done.
this
Immediately.
guy.
That's gonna
Yes.
that's
Cut
going
that.
That's going on the socials.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In 2 months when it lands there, we'll let you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
All right, we'll let you know.
I'll have a check in the mail for my royalties.
That'd be- we'll meet you out in the game room in 15.
Yeah, we'll see you in the game.
Aaron will take all your chips later.
Yeah.
Aaron will take all the chips from everyone.
Start working on
The envelope
shuffling
over there
those
with the
cards.
Yeah,
Sins
by
is
the
there.
way, this guy hits 2 fours of a kind in the same night. What's the odds on that?
It was for one hand to hit it one time is like 4,000 to 1 to hit.
He
four
does
of
it
a kind
twice.
on a flop.
4,600 to 1.
He does it twice in one night.
I don't know. I need to play the lottery.
And
Or
twice
maybe I
against
don't need
me.
to play the lottery. Yeah, twice against Daniel.
Bitch.
What's that say about you, Daniel?
I'm just terrible at cards.
Yeah. Also, speaking of issues with Airbnb, the cards look like they went through a small flood.
The cards might have been part of the probability increasing.
Maybe.
Two quads landing in Aaron's hand in one night. Because I don't think it was very easy to shuffle those cards.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Well, we got a new pack of
Got a
cards
new deck.
tonight.
Let's see if he gets quads
So if he
tonight.
does, I'm going Sam Ace Rothstein on him. Like he's either getting the hammer or the
He's
saw.
going
That's
to
right.
beat us.
Yeah.
He will beat us again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, he won't.
You can have the money or and
I-
the saw, or you can walk out.
You can walk out of here.
Yeah.
Anytime I had a good hand, he was folding. He knows. He
Well,
knows.
if I don't
He
have
can
a
see
good
right
hand-
through you, Daniel.
Yeah, he can. He can.
He can read you like an open book.
I know. I need to go
He
somewhere
reads
else.
us all like open books.
I really don't read any books,
Yeah, 'cause
guys.
he probably has cameras
Just
throughout
us.
the game room.
just got,
He
just
can't
you guys.
read.
I can't read. I don't
That's right, he
understand.
is
what
We only
from
see numbers
very far
floating in
south.
the air.
Yeah.
There's just numbers floating around my head.
He is
in
from
fraction form.
He is from
He's
Arkansas.
well versed in the abacus.
He is from Arkansas.
Definitely,
He reads
definitely,
stars.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, 48th in literacy.
He's like Russell Crowe in Beautiful Mind. All the
Arkansas.
numbers are just flying
For the
around.
continental U.S.
yeah, in the continental. But no, then we went to after we did Hopping Eagle, we moved on to the tavern,
Yes.
so called
Same place we went last
the Mountain
year.
House Tavern.
Love that place.
Yeah, great spot.
That's our spot.
Love Mountain
Good
House.
food, good service, good beer. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just as
can't
good
go-
as last
can't go
time.
wrong.
They are consistent.
Absolutely. Their motto is that there are no strangers. Somebody help me out.
Aaron's going through
There are
puberty if you
no
don't know.
strangers
I'm
there.
sorry.
Only
He's
friends
cracking
they
up.
haven't met.
He's a
Thanks,
growing
guys.
boy.
Thanks for
He's a growing boy.
picking me up here.
Yeah.
Put
Mountain
you
House
down
Tavern.
first.
Mountain House Tavern.
No
We
strangers.
always got to
Yeah.
put you down to pick you up.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I deserve it. You propped me up for card playing that I don't really deserve. It's all fucking chance anyway. So
So modest.
All right,
Yeah.
Matt Damon from
So
Rounders.
modest.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
No, you're like more like a worm.
You think he's
character,
like Ed
mechanic.
Norton?
more like
yeah,
Norton.
he's worm. He's
Would
a
you say
mechanic.
Well, no,
More
because
like
we haven't
Owen
kicked him out and
Wilson?
beat him up yet.
We should do that
Owen
tonight.
Wilson?
Wow.
Wow.
Just beat the pants
Remember
off.
when the
him.
worm got kicked out of the police lodge and got beat?
Yeah, because he's a mechanic.
Yeah, that might be Aaron
Not allowed to
tonight.
do that. Can't be a mechanic.
I won't be a mechanic then.
There's a union game.
Okay.
Can't do that here.
I'll keep that in
I
mind.
caught a hanger.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Love that movie.
But yeah, we went to Mountain House and now we're back here recording. And tomorrow we got OFPG. It's a solid weekend. Honestly, even without
Solid
some
weekend of one
Canvas
hockey
game.
game.
Yeah, one hockey. Honestly, when we go up to Johnstown, what do we try to avoid? We try to avoid
Hockey
playing
game
more
on
hockey.
Sunday.
Hockey games.
Yeah.
So honestly,
try to
this is the perfect
We
weekend.
do try to do the bare minimum when we go away.
At least in Johnstown, we play usually 3 games.
Yes, it's true. It would be nice to play a little,
That
but
sounds like a lot of
Sometimes,
work.
it does
sometimes two.
sound like a lot.
Sometimes, most times two, I think.
Sometimes two.
Most times two lately.
Some of us play 3, others play 2.
You
Just
okay
depends.
over there, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm just laying down.
Okay.
He's taking it easy.
Taking it easy.
Take it easy.
Let me take it easy. Yeah.
Time out for just a second while we hear about our sponsors. We'll be right back. Looking for a super offer for Super Bowl 58? DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. At recording, the 49ers are -125 and the Kansas City Swifties are +105. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code THPN. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58 with code THPN. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gambling resources. Is it new year, new you for 2024? Pure Hockey has the best hockey equipment, accessories, and apparel on the market to take your game to the next level this year. Maybe you made resolutions to improve your puck handling or passing. Maybe it's time to ditch that old stick and start the year with a fresh twig. Maybe it's time to refresh your NHL wardrobe for the race to the playoffs. Pure Hockey has it all. Whether it's training aids, the latest sticks and skates, or your favorite team's gear, get your hockey shopping done at Pure Hockey and use our affiliate link at beersintheLot.com/purehockey.
Well, Aaron, I'd like to know your opinion about those jerseys that were designed for this weekend by Justin Biebs.
Oh,
Jesus.
God. They're terrible. I think they look like something out of, what is it, Lisa Frank?
It looks
I
like a
thought an elementary-
Dorito bag.
Stickers.
I didn't realize Justin Bieber designed it. I thought it was an elementary school, like, enter to win contest.
Yeah, right?
Because it looks like it, right?
It looks so
The Drew
juvenile.
jerseys before last year, those were okay.
You're talking about the reversible Leafs jerseys.
Yeah, those were okay. This one looks like a Dorito bag.
It looks
Yes.
like Cool Ranch versus nacho
Yes.
cheese.
Yes. Just so bad.
Is there some subliminal advertising there?
Maybe there is.
Might be.
Is
It's
there a
all
new
product
partnership
placement.
coming with
I
NHL?
do want some
Yum.
Doritos right now.
The Doritos Crunch of the Night in every
Or
broadcast?
T-Bell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or TiVo.
I heard rumblings that
Yum.
the NHL's official hydration drink sponsor is going to change.
To what?
What is it now?
It's currently BioSteel.
Mm.
Yeah, but they're
Oh.
bankrupt.
Aren't
Well, they got
yeah,
bought.
They're not a company.
Oh, did they?
They were purchased, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I heard it may go to
Herbalife.
Body Armor.
Oh,
That's
Body
what I
Armor's
heard.
terrible.
That's what I heard.
It's so bad.
Has coconut in it. Just like
Not
Danny's
all of it.
creamer.
Not all of it.
It's all made with coconut
It's
water.
not my
Natural flavors,
creamer.
dude.
Aaron's creamer.
Okay, sorry.
Don't
It's
you put
coconut
that evil
water.
on
I
me.
partook in it. I
Don't
actually
you
don't
put
like
that evil
coconut
on me.
creamer. Personally,
All Body
don't be
Armor's
taking
base,
shots at me.
Body Armor's base is coconut water.
That's right.
I don't taste any coconut in it.
But there's coconut. It's coconut water.
Okay.
It's so bad, though. Oh,
Daniel, what do you know about tart cherry juice?
Yeah,
I
tart
knew
cherry juice.
nothing.
Tart cherry juice has a lot of health benefits.
And it's actually supposed to be like good for gout and stuff.
That's what I hear.
It's an anti-inflammatory.
Very true.
Oh, I am pretty inflamed.
Your throat would say, "Yes, you are."
Yes, it is.
Well, the other thing,
Unless you got up this morning and smoked a pack of Marlboro Reds before we all got up.
You guys found me.
well, the other
may
the other
have.
thing I brought it to your attention this morning. Kucherov did kind of like the passing competition last night,
Mm.
and just went through it like he
Like he
was
didn't give a
warming up
shit.
at a stick and shoot.
yeah.
People were booing him and everything. Frankly, I know I hate saying this. Like, I think there's more NHL players that don't want to go than.
But wait,
will
where
ever
are
say.
they?
They're in Toronto this year.
Okay.
I just
I
don't
can see why they hate him.
I think a lot of the NHL guys, they're not gonna bust their chops for a game that doesn't mean anything.
No.
I mean, Sid stayed in Montana.
Yeah,
on
went
the
to Big
first day.
Sky to like settle down for a
To
little bit.
chill out on an ODR.
he took it east.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wearing full gear minus helmet like a nerd on the ODR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like that Frank Saravelli was like bagging him. I'm like, dude, shut up, Frank. Sorry. Like, he was upset that Sid wasn't at the All Star draft, and I'm like, why?
Why does he need to be
Wha-
there? Yeah.
Why does he need to be there?
What does he have to prove? Like, get out
Nothing.
of here. Yeah.
The man's
Nothing.
playing out of his mind at 36 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
He's hoping to go to the Olympics in 2 years at what will be 38 years
Yeah,
old for
right.
him.
I'm the same age as Sid. Look what I'm dealing with now. You think I can, in 2 years?
In 2 years, you won't
You
be able to
guys-
skate if you're going to keep going the way you're
I
going.
know.
You're dragging your leg around sideways.
I know.
Pirate.
I got really.
You might
Yeah.
be playing sled hockey in 2 years.
Oh,
no.
no.
I have really bad.
No,
plantar
you can't allow that.
fasciitis.
That's funny.
Yeah, I
I'm
have
trying to
really,
motivate
sorry.
you.
I have really bad plantar
Maybe you need
fasciitis
some
this week.
some sour or some tart cherry juice as well in your
Tart
life.
cherry,
I don't know
cherry
what I'm gonna
juice.
need.
Come on, man.
I
Jart
need
cherry
something.
juice.
Jart cherry
Jart
juice.
cherry
Jart
juice.
cherry
Yeah.
juice.
Jart cherry juice.
Tart cherry
No,
juice.
but I think it raises an interesting question. The NHL next year, they're scrapping the Bettman announced they're scrapping the All Star game. They're going to go to the Four Nations Cup.
Yeah,
I think just moving forward,
that's awesome.
Have the Four Nations or expand it Just don't do an All-Star game. Have a week break, because in the CBA, all teams get a week break. You can synchronize the schedule versus what you had leading into the All-Star game, where it was 3 nights. It was 1 game, 2 games, 1 game. And it was all, I hate saying it, the Sharks played in 2 of those games. Like, come on.
Yeah,
We
come
don't
on.
wanna do that.
Number 32 in the league.
Yeah, we don't need that.
What I say is, instead of the Winter Classic being a regular season game, right? That's the All-Star game. Go back to 2 full conference teams, 20 guys, whatever it is. And the outdoor game is the All-Star game.
I've never heard that,
like
and I
that.
love it already.
It's a great idea
Right?
because I will tell you, many leagues have struggled with this. You have the NFL who has a flag football game for their Pro Bowl.
Which is
What a
sick.
joke.
Yeah.
Also,
It's not even their game, right?
football's garbage anyway,
Right.
so whatever.
And then you have the NBA who's struggling with stuff too, and they had an
go
in-season
street ball.
tournament. An in-season tournament. So you're the in-season tournament champion. What does that mean? Nothing.
Yeah,
Because you're not the
What
NBA
do you get
champion.
from that?
Nothing.
So, and then Major League Baseball's All-Star games gone back and forth on how to make it more interactive and more beneficial to the
What's
teams
the MLB?
involved.
What do you want to see at MLB? The
Th-
home
that's
run
the
derby,
problem.
right?
The home run
That's
derby,
it.
right? The
That's
home
all
run
you
derby,
wanna
is-
see.
the
Yeah.
home run
What do
derby
you wanna
is a
see
major
with the
draw of that
NBA?
event, the All-Star weekend.
You want to see the dunk contest and the
contest.
3-pointer.
Right.
No, you do.
I don't care about
I don't
that.
care.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
What does anybody
I'm 5'1".
want to
You
see?
think I'm
Okay.
dreaming about dunking in my lifetime, dude?
No, that's why we gotta watch
gotta-
them
Muggsy
do
Bogues,
it,
They
bro.
have
bro.
adjustable
He
rims.
never dunked.
They have
Dunked
adjustable
on
Guys.
rims.
guys.
Shit, he didn't.
He didn't dunk, however. Junior Robinson, who played at Mount St. Mary's, who's 5'6",
The mount.
did dunk a lot
At the Mount.
at the Mount.
5 inches
No,
taller,
if you're-
5'1".
So, like, I know McDavid won
He's
the
half
skills
a foot taller than John.
competition, and they did like a passing competition, a one-timer competition, accuracy, fastest skater, and hardest shot. I feel like I've literally seen all iterations of that event, where to me I'm just like, it's for me. I just don't, and maybe because I'm like a little more hardcore. Like for me, it's just it's a hit and giggle.
You didn't
And
get
I get it.
excited when Shea Weber broke Al McGinnis's record or anything? Not at all. Not even a little bit.
My thing is, I already know who the most talented
Yeah.
players are. I already know.
Okay.
I already know
Yeah.
who it's McDavid, it's McKinnon,
But maybe this
it's
isn't
McCarr.
Well, and
maybe
I'm,
this
I'm
isn't
fine
for
with that,
you.
but my issue, the way they market it,
Mhm.
like they openly announce, "Hey, we're gonna give the winning player $1 million," and I think it's kind of trash. The best goalie, they only give $100,000. So the goalie's gonna go out there and try and stop stuff in the shootout and split his groin.
They get to play in the league for half off, man. Like, come on. They don't take showers. They're saving water.
Hey man, I would love to take $100,000 to be the best goalie.
So does it beg the difference? Should they just take a break during the season
Hmm?
and then have a post-season
Right.
All-Star team that's named of the best players and not even play the game? Just take a break so we can see some good hockey, recharge, injuries, people injured, get a little break, and hit it hard for the second half leading into the Stanley Cup playoffs. Because I think that's where the excitement is, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Any team that makes it in has a chance to win that
Yes.
cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I like that outdoor game idea. I mean, that would energize. That would get people to watch it. People would want to see that. I think.
Well, yeah, because the ratings for Winter Classic this year were way down. So,
It's old hat.
Well, they keep
yeah.
It's not.
Well, do you
new
think that was
anymore.
because the 2 teams they had?
No, I think it's because it's boring as shit. Like,
the novelty's worn?
They've
off.
also
Yeah.
kind of diluted that product by having the Stadium Series games.
Yeah.
In addition,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the
Why would they
It used to be
do
there was
Correct.
one outdoor game. It was the
Yeah.
Outdoor Classic.
Right.
now you have
Now they
like
have all these
3
Stadium
games.
Series.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 a year.
Don't they have the Heritage Classic as
Yep.
well?
Yeah.
They do that
Yeah,
like
but
every
that-
other year, and it's
Yeah.
a Canadian
But that-
team only.
But
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
before, Heritage Classic started before Winter Classic, which was like the American, whatever outdoor
Mhm.
game. So the Heritage Classic in Canada is a different animal because the culture is different, right?
Right.
Like,
Well, how do you change the culture here? Get rid of the All-Star game?
There's a billion things. That is a very open-ended question.
Yeah,
There's a billion
yeah.
things.
Well, that's
you
what
can
I'm
change
saying.
culture.
Is getting rid of the All-Star game making this more acceptable and more easier to get into than keeping it around and changing it to something like the Winter Classic being the All-Star game?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're holding the
Right.
All-Star game to get other people. like interested in it. I see.
Yeah,
I see.
Because you might know Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, and I understand the whole vehicle of the All Star game because it gets a lot of your big sponsors in.
Yeah, everybody's in
And,
town.
and I
they
get,
do all
I
the
understand
shit.
the
Yeah.
vehicle they
J-Beebs.
need. I get the
Yeah.
vehicle they need for that because they also pitch like future marketing and sponsorship and plans further down the line. That's
Yeah.
a big event in terms of like corporate NHL functions. I fully understand that, but I think if you're the casual fan, you could probably turn it on and enjoy it. I think if you're a kid who is looking to get into hockey, I think it's decent. Now, me on the extreme end being the hardcore psychopath fan, I have a feeling no matter what, they're going to struggle to keep my attention.
Yep.
Barring doing, oh, you know what? The All-Star game this year, it's going to be East versus West at this location. And honestly, if they did it for 1 or 2 years, I'd probably tune in. After the third, I'm good. I'll find the highlights. Now, next year during the Four Nations Cup, for someone like me,
Oh yeah.
that's must watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why?
Every day.
And they're going to try for that?
No. It's already announced, so it'll be Finland,
No. They're
Sweden.
going to try. They're going to try and skate during that. but
It's a done deal.
No.
The players are going to try.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm asking.
I
not
think
gonna get
because
the
it's
Kucherov
international,
effect?
it's best on best, yes.
Yeah.
Because
best
you
on
can't
best.
tell me
What do
point-
they get out
Here's
of
the
it?
thing. You can't tell me point blank if you put McKinnon, McDavid, especially for those two, where it's their first, I would say, like really grand scale Team Canada event in
Yeah.
their career.
Yeah.
And you're going up against the Hughes brothers, the Kachuk
The
brothers,
Hugheses.
the Hugheses,
The
and you
Hugheses.
throw Austin Matthews. You cannot tell me those guys are not gunning
They're gonna go
to
for
get
it.
that.
They're going
Because
for it,
then the
yeah.
year after
They're
that,
all
you got to remember that's the
hyper-competitive.
Olympics.
Yeah.
So there will be some players that probably make Team Canada, Team Sweden, Team USA, or
They're-
Finland. They're almost auditioning for a chance to play on that Olympic
Sure.
roster.
What was the tournament they had that had the team
World
North
Cup
America?
of Hockey.
That was awesome.
You
And
can't
everybody
do that team anymore. Can't.
Yeah,
do it.
because they're all older than 23 now.
Well, and
so-
also that U23 team. If you put the U23 team now,
that
yes,
same team,
that same team,
they would dominate everyone.
they'd murk everybody.
Yeah.
It's not even a competition.
should do it.
So if you do it, how does that gain interest when it's one-sided games? How does the general fan get into that when they're just seeing one team dominate?
Well,
People love a
'Cause
winner, dude.
Everyone loves an underdog, though.
No, but everybody loves a winner.
yeah. So, like, hockey has a problem anyway with gathering new fans.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think
the
right off the
hockey-
bat, it's not an accessible sport for a lot of people. So I
Correct.
think that's
Oh, yeah.
the big challenge: is
Correct.
how do you make it accessible?
correct.
The hockey fan ecosystem has an extremophile kind of problem where there's guys like John or like us that we're going to get bored with the stuff that draws in new fans.
Right.
So you got to do that stuff that
No, I
draws in
agree.
new
And-
fans.
But
the
if you look at
folks
all
that are your
major
bread and
sports,
butter,
right? Out of
they're-
all the major sports, hockey is quite a bit different. I mean, soccer, you need a pitch and a ball
Mhm.
play.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Baseball, you need a bat glove.
Right. You
play.
can go out in the backyard
Basketball,
and
you need
throw
a
a
hoop,
football.
and a ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Football, you just need a pigskin.
But Brando, you're missing a key component. What you said. 4 major sports. In the United States, hockey is not one of the 4 major sports.
Correct.
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 MLS is growing at a faster rate, a more rapid rate. And even sports, I hate saying it, like the way they package F1 on TV. Yes, to go to a race, it is not financially feasible for a ton of people.
Yeah,
it's
but
obscene.
watching it,
But watching it,
Yeah.
they compress the entire race into an hour and a half format.
Yeah.
Every single Saturday or Sunday, wherever they are in the world. And the fact that I can log on and find, some of the data that I could potentially nerd out on, or some of the really big gearheads, like we mentioned it weeks ago, the NHL app still sucks.
Yeah, it does.
The F1 app
Yes.
doesn't
Oh my
suck.
God.
Right.
MLB app doesn't suck. I don't have the MLS app, but that doesn't suck.
And you got to think that with as many extreme fans as the NHL has, that if they offered something like that where you could watch something on your phone that would show you this player is currently traveling at this speed and has been on the ice for X number of minutes in this shift and had this many puck touches and this many minutes of puck on stick, etc. Like that sort of info would make the extreme fans nerd out. And it would be interesting and cool to new fans. It would actually draw in new fans at the same time. We've talked about this ad nauseum that the NHL really needs to do a better job of marketing themselves and providing a product that is watchable. Because right now,
Well, yeah, point in
it's-
case.
it's-
Think about streaming, right?
Yeah.
How many
this-
streaming
oh my
services
gosh.
are they
It's a
on?
nightmare.
It's
Oh
it's
my God.
absolutely yes. We're getting yeah. I agree, Riggs.
It's a disaster.
We have talked about
All right,
this so much.
so let's
It's
pivot.
terrible.
Bettman also announced that they have had interest, nothing firm in terms of expansion. So the teams or cities that we've heard constantly, right? It's been Houston, Hotlanta, Quebec, Salt Lake, but he
Can't
also
do
threw out Omaha and Cincinnati.
So Omaha is really interesting.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because it's already a huge, like UNO's there, right? Nebraska, Omaha,
And Nebraska itself is a
Huge-
big sports
huge college
state.
hockey market,
Yep.
right? With a building that is like it's a beautiful college hockey building. So maybe it's another Coyote situation, whatever.
Shh.
But
We're not doing that.
it's already
Houston Coyotes.
it's already a huge.
If they leave, they're burning it all
It's
down. We will never see the
Yeah.
Coyotes moniker in the
But
NHL
I
again.
love the Omaha idea.
Since he doesn't bug me either. I feel like locally you have a ton of teams right there.
Two teams in Ohio.
I
though?
know it's a little rough. I get it.
Two teams in Ohio. Like Columbus, like Seabus, I haven't been there, but by all accounts is
It's a great city.
a
I've been there a
great
few times.
sports
I like it.
town, especially for the Blue Jackets. Like
And
that-
the area around the arena
right?
is very
Yes,
vibrant.
That's
with
what
the
I hear,
bars.
right?
Right.
Like,
And everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess my
I think
biggest
it's tough to
concern
get
was
to
Atlanta.
Cincinnati, though, because you already have a team there, and there's so many other markets that are a better fit.
I would say yes and no, but
Hasn't
you
it
also got to
failed
remember
in
too,
Atlanta
if an
twice?
owner is straight up
Yes.
willing,
No
if an
more.
owner is willing to put a franchise. So here's the other thing: Vegas was 500 mil, Seattle was 650 mil. So if there's another owner or ownership group that's willing to put, let's say conservatively, 800 mil on the table, 32 other owners are not turning that down
Well, I agree.
because that goes
I
to
agree.
their bottom line.
But I
Doesn't
don't
go
know
to
if
escrow with the
I
players.
don't know if there's an owner that's going to pay 800 mil to invest in that market when there's better markets.
You don't know that. Someone could pick themselves up by their bootstraps and really want a team there, dude. Seriously though, if somebody wants a team there and they really are serious about it, they're gonna do it. That's why you hear this talk about Atlanta. The only reason Atlanta moved prior was because no one wanted to own that team in that market.
Well, Atlanta had a team twice.
Twice
Yes.
times, exactly. So third times, I mean, look what I'm already at it with Arizona. I don't want them there,
wonder-
period.
I wonder if Atlanta is a new fan hotbed, though. I
They-
wonder.
could
Youth
be.
hockey,
It
youth
could
hockey
be.
has been.
You would
growing
have
for
some
a
old
while.
fans that are still there that would
would.
want a hockey team.
You would. And as far as opportunities to grow the game, the South is a huge opportunity.
Well, and also
in some
too with the
ways.
college market being more conscious of college hockey, and then also too, like I think the success of the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
And the
There's probably a lot of
Hurricanes even.
people kind of outside of Florida in this that's southern area that are really like, oh well, yeah, I'll jump on that team. So
Well, I
like,
used to be a Thrashers fan. Now I'll be a Panthers fan.
well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they don't have a local team, so they're a
Their colors are the same.
It happens. No,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, no, it
happens.
does happen.
Yeah.
yeah. I could see it. Bunch of northern geezers that go down to the
Sticks.
south. What do they miss? Hockey on Friday
Saturday night hockey.
Saturday
Yeah.
Night Hockey. Reg said it. I mean,
Yeah.
it has to be true. I think he done wrote it. So yeah.
I tell you what, though, let's go back to the expansion teams. Do you just expand one team, or do you try to do two at once?
You would have to do two at
You have
once.
to
You'd have to do
Let's
two.
do
at
it.
once.
Unless,
Are we at
Unless-
even teams right now?
Unless,
They didn't
unless,
do-
I think we are.
unless you're
They didn't
moving
do two-
Phoenix at the same time.
well, that's what I'm saying.
They didn't do two before.
They didn't do
like-
two before, but I think the NHL, I don't think at any point in Gary Bettman's tenure wants an uneven conference.
Right.
So I think what would happen is if one team or ownership group is more ready to start the ball rolling with the knowledge that
Now
a
another
group
one's
is
in the
further
wings.
down the line,
Yeah.
even if it's a 2, 3, 4 years, I think they're like,
It's
okay.
close enough.
Like
yeah.
the Salt Lake thing, they will have an NHL arena because they're building one for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're already going to have one.
Yeah.
Now, the only
exactly.
thing where it gets a little dicey, I think, if it's a relocation or expansion prior to that, I don't know if the Jazz's like home arena is ice capable.
Hmm.
Could it be? I'm sure they could.
Sure, they can make it.
I'm sure they
Probably
could figure
capable,
something out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a professional building. It's not like Mullet we're talking about.
Exactly.
So
No, it makes sense.
spitting facts.
I know, but like Mullet is a great NCAA building.
It's
I
spectacular.
don't think everybody's saying.
Right.
I'm not
against that.
saying
Yeah.
anything against ASU.
Yeah.
He did say professional building.
Right.
Professional.
Right. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Collegiate and professional is 2 different levels.
They are 2 different levels.
Yes.
As far as collegiate goes, top notch. Mullet's great.
It's a
Well, it's
great
wonderful.
building. Yeah.
And I think ASU, like, that's a model, like, we kind of joked about it a while ago. Like, ASU is a great model for, like,
Well, they're-
any of the schools in California that want to get into it.
They're joining NCHC next
Exactly.
year. It's a big deal.
And you keep hearing rumors about teams in the SEC kind of like prodding, researching.
Yeah.
Could it be feasible?
Yeah.
I want to see
If the
that.
SEC, like with the
Dude,
amount they generate just from
Yes.
football alone, if they literally figured out something, because I know the conference system's about to get completely blown up, but if those schools in the southern area kind of figure out, like, all right, what do we need to get a decent hockey conference up and running at the Division I men's and women's level? Because that's the other thing. They could pivot and do women's first, which would be kind of
Yeah.
cool too.
Well, I think a lot of schools would do women's first just because of Title IX and having to have equal opportunities. So they would go to that route first and add the men's later. It's
Yes.
tougher to start a
But
women's
also it
program.
depends. It also depends what other
Other sports they have.
sports they have, because
Yeah.
maybe some would do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends, but like ASU is a great model. Like you kind of invest the time in your current resources, use it and build. And like Rig said, with them joining a conference next year, that's a very established conference. ASU over the course of the last couple of years has like steadily grown in popularity, and it's
Yeah,
a
first to
place,
market is
and it's a
huge.
place, and it's also a place where
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you see a lot of prospects wanting to go play.
Right.
So that
Because
alone,
it's
like
a big deal. Yeah.
now you're playing in the same conference as some like really heavy hitters in college hockey.
Mhm.
Yeah. NCHC. That's it.
Exactly.
Nodak, Duluth. Like, come on.
Perennial
Right.
like
Yeah.
studs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first team in an SEC hockey program or like an SEC hockey conference, that first team would get all the players.
Aaron, would you
They
go
would
coach
start
at
the
Arkansas?
dynasty. Absolutely, I would. As a top 50 Arkansas hockey player, I would gladly.
I can already imagine the
gladly
first day
contribute
press
myself.
conference. Gives me no greater joy to come back home, coach my backs.
Help these kids.
My back.
I can.
As being one of the most
I could be your
well
assistant.
versed in
I could be your
absolutely.
assistant.
down
I
with the
could be your
horns,
assistant.
homegrown talents of the South.
That's right.
I look forward to come back
Absolutely.
and lead hockey to the next.
Even though I had to
Conquest.
leave the South in order to learn how to play hockey, which probably is greatly to my benefit. All right, that's it for this one. Thank you for your listen and for your support. We appreciate all of your likes and ratings and reviews and subscriptions on the various podcatchers. Keep them coming. We appreciate every single one of them. I know I speak for the rest of the guys when I say have a good one, and we'll catch you next week when our new episode drops on Wednesday. See ya.